Hello, my little Vlings. Yes, Vlings. How do we feel about that? That was recommended to me by one of you, a viewer. It's like V's, like Vox, Valentino, and Velvet, but Vlings, so like little Vlings. I don't know how I feel about it yet, but wanted to get your guys' like general consensus on that. Tonight, well, two things. Let's address the elephant in the room. Why am I in my room? If you can clearly see the cooking supplies, why am I in my room? Well, if you read my community post, you know that I have been extremely ill, still am, and the only time I've been getting energy to film is very late at night. I still have parents that need to do work and such, so this is the compromise. I'm filming at night in my room to be quiet, and I'm just going to slightly use the oven every so often. Second thing is, this is the 1K special. I've hit 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, and I could not be more thankful. So today, I thought we should make a cake in celebration. So, yes, this is just a box cake. I am not going to make a from-scratch cake. I was going to make a cookie cake, but did not get the materials in time because I thought I would have more time. But, you know. But hello, everybody. I've been so, like, I don't know. I've just gone back into school, and I've been feeling really sick, so, you know, haven't been doing amazing. Also, you might be asking, if you're sick, why are you cooking a cake? It's because the whole family is sick. And I'm going to, obviously, I've washed my hands, and I'm going to try not to, like, if I cough or anything, I'm going to, like, clean myself again, but can't really do this at a separate time, so that's what we're doing. I'm just going to sit that there for now. But yeah, this was the compromise. I was like, I can't film during the day because I feel sick and I have school. So this was the best I could do. I'll use the oven. Obviously out there, I don't have an oven in here. But this is like the compromise. So 1 cup of water. So, oh, I actually still need that. Why did I do that? So I need 1 cup of water, and you might be thinking, how are you going to do water? Even though I do have a sink, I don't want to use the sink because I like to be difficult. So, a bottle of water and measuring cup. And then if this isn't enough, I have another bottle of water. I love baking cakes. I don't think I've ever said that on here, but I know it's just box cake, so it isn't like actually baking a cake, but you know, it makes me feel, I don't want to say special, but it makes me feel like I have something to contribute, especially when I do contribute it to like an event. Okay, there we go. Like, if you bring a cake to an event, like a party or something, you're seen as like super cool. You brought the cake. You brought the main thing. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like a birthday party. People see you as like so cool for that. And I don't know, like it just makes me feel happy that I can contribute something like that. And then 1/2 cup of oil. You might be thinking, why are you like, I didn't realize how bad this looks, that I'm kind of like reaching down near my crotch to grab things. But I promise you, it's because the table that I have this on is my record stand, and there's a little opening in the record stand where my hand can't go all the way through. That was the extra bottle of water. My hand could just go through, and I have all of the stuff perched, so I didn't have to keep like cutting to grab things. So this is gonna look a little weird, but please just give me grace. Yeah. Okay. So that should be the oil. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for, like, don't mind the things on the bed. I promise that I'll clean everything up. I was already meaning to clean this blanket, so the fact that I'm setting things on there, I don't really mind. But thank you guys so much for 1K. I really did not think we were going to get here in a year. I've, like, experienced so much growth in 1 year that it's crazy. Like, oh my gosh. And then it's 3 eggs. I have 3 eggs. I literally just took these out of the fridge so that it would be fresh still. And I have a trash bag for the egg. I am unsure, but I have this thing I will just throw them into. It's like this empty pie crust. I was literally about to take this out, but you know what? It can be used. One. Two. And this one was already cracked. It cracked a little more because I was moving it around, but I wanted to use this one so that nobody would get stuck with this egg afterwards. And 3. But yes, thank you guys so much. Like, honestly, the amount of growth I've experienced in 1 year is crazy. I was at, I don't even remember at the beginning of the year. I want to say like 300. Not even close at the beginning of the year. And I just kind of assumed we wouldn't get to 1K until, like, I don't know, my 4th year on YouTube. I've been doing this for 3 years. But I've only recently kind of really, like, got into it. And that's why the growth's been kind of, like, more crazy. Especially with Has-Been. Ever since I started posting about Has-Been, my growth has been, like, way better. But yeah, I just really appreciate you guys being here and sticking around. It was so funny because I was talking to my dad trying to figure out what to post to put me over 1K. And he was like, it's not about the content, it's about you. They don't come for the content, they come for your personality. And I had to look at him weird because I was like, it's not my personality. I was like, I have one of those personalities where it's like, you love it or you hate it. You know what I mean? You're either like, wow, this person's so cool and amazing and I want to hang out with them like all the time. Or you're like, I can't stand that person. So it was not my personality. It is definitely the content. That's all I can ask of you, is to semi-tolerate me. And to just watch my content and, I don't know, maybe like, maybe subscribe. If you're watching this and you're not subscribed, this is about the quality of content you will continue to get. So, if you are looking for something higher quality, I'm sorry, this is about it. It's very jank, especially at the moment, because I'm just starting out, so, sorry, gang. Well, I'm not just starting out, but I'm starting out to, like, actually caring about what I do. The pan, now that it is fully good. Oh my gosh, I didn't get a spatula. Spatula. I literally told myself that before filming I should grab everything I could possibly need, and I thought I did. Not spatula, apparently. Okay. Should be good. Give this a nice little shake so it evens out. That is our cake. So I already have the oven preheated, and I am going to go pop this in very quickly, and also wash my hands. Okay, the cake is in. I have a timer set for 30 minutes that is just starting. I asked my community if they had any questions because I would answer them during this celebration special, but no one seemed to answer with any questions, so I thought I could just Google some like first date questions or something, icebreakers, and we could go from there. Okay, first date questions. Let's go ahead. What do you like to do in your free time? So I guess when I'm not filming, because a lot of my free time is dedicated to school and filming at the moment, as you can see by posting every day. But in my free time, I do art. You guys see a lot of that. I read. I read a lot. Books. And I sleep a lot. I sleep like the world is not out there. I love to sleep. Are you more of an indoor or outdoor person? Indoor. Do you see what I've crafted? I've crafted a anime, manga, hive, man cave where I don't have to leave. I have a heating pad blanket over there, okay? Why would I ever want to go? Who is the most fascinating person you've ever met? Christian Borle. He was the most interesting to me. Robbie Damon, the voice of Tuxedo Mask. Ray Chase. Anyone I met at Animate Orlando, gang. Out in the wild, I would say I met the girl from Zombies. The main actress, Allison. I forgot her actual name, but I know that her character is named Allison. Loved her. She was so sweet to me. I was really nervous because all the kids that came up to her were like 9. And then I was like 13 at the time, so I was like stressed out. I was like, I can't let them know that I mess with this movie. And then immediately my dad went up to her and was like, hey, my kid likes the movie. And then she was like, where is he? I'd love to talk to him. And I was like, no. I was like, cut the cameras. I need to go. I need to leave. What are some movies you really enjoy just anytime? Princess Bride. Princess Bride is my favorite movie. Back to the Future. 1, 2, and 3. I think they're all great, but 1 and 2 fight for my favorite. I just watched Wicked for good. Fantastic. It's cinema. Absolute cinema. I know it's not a movie, but Hazbin Hotel, just finished that. Was having a great time. The Iron Giant, also probably top 5. Love The Iron Giant. What amazing adventures have you been on? I don't know. Why is that such a broad question? Like, ever? I mean, one time I went cliff jumping. There, I guess that's really cool. What are you kind of obsessed with these days? Mr. Talbot and Vox? I don't know. Fictional men that will never perceive me in any way? Now I gotta start scrolling. I didn't think we'd get through so many at a time. I thought these would be like more long questions that I could have a deep conversation with you with, but they're not. They really ain't. Are you morning or a night owl? The fact that I'm filming this at like 1 in the morning, 2 in the morning. The fact that I'm filming this at 2 in the morning should show you that I'm a night owl, okay? How many siblings do you have? I have, this is kind of like awkward territory. I technically know of 3, but possibly more. I have 3 and counting. What would your dream job be? This? My dream job would be doing YouTube full time. I know that would never happen. I already have a plan of being a psychologist and like, well, a therapist. I have a dream of being a therapist and helping people, obviously, but I would like to make this work in some capacity. If this could be like a side job or just something I could continue to do, because I know that I can't do this forever, but if it was like sustainable enough that I could like justify doing it longer, I would like to do that. What would you do if you had enough money to not need a job? I would basically do this. I would make videos, make art, make edits. It's kind of what I would just do. What was the last show you binge watched? I was gonna say Hanako again. Sorry, Hazbin Hotel. Hazbin Hotel was the last thing I technically binge watched. It, because I didn't binge watch it. I watched it and then I rewatched it with Dad. But I would consider that binge watch because we just went like pretty much like every day. Had to get another episode, another episode, another episode. So you know, I would consider that binge watch. What TV series do you keep coming back to and re-watching? Once Upon a Time. I love Once Upon a Time. And for everybody that says that they don't want to get into Once Upon a Time because it's long and confusing and the effects aren't that good, just watch it. I told my dad, this is the funniest thing. My dad, like, he like hears me talk about shows, but then he doesn't really want to do them, and then he starts them, and then he loves them. So he has like started trusting me on some stuff more. And the show I keep coming back to is Once Upon a Time. And if you haven't watched Once Upon a Time, I actually really recommend it. It seems confusing. It is confusing. It seems long. It is long. But it actually is, like, really fun. Some of the, like, points are a little but the majority feels, like, really good. Especially, like, the first 2 seasons, I was, like, mind blown. It was so good. So, I honestly recommend. What hobbies would you like to get into if you had the time and money? Carpet making. You see those videos of people, like, have the giant, like, wall, and they start, like, with the I forgot what it's called, but it's, like, the thing to make the carpet, and they go to make the carpet. I want to do that. I would also like to try candle making. I made a candle one time, and it was really ugly, and I was, like, 5. But I would love to make a candle. What music artist do you never get tired of? Will Wood! I love Will Wood and Bo Burnham. I love Bo Burnham and Will Wood. I love Will Wood and Cave Town, but specifically Will Wood. If you asked me who my favorite artist was, probably it's Will Wood. I love Will Wood. If somebody were to ever edit me to anything, I would want it to just be all Will Wood. Whatever Will Wood song they could find, put it on me. Obviously, I would like a song like I Me Myself, because, you know, trans. But, you know, I love Will Wood. Just adore him. I love him. I would love to see him in concert one day. The Crane Wives are also a band. Love them. And I love Sparkbird. I have like a whole bunch of, I would have to like put a whole playlist of people. You know, there's like Beyonce, Sparkbird, you know, there's a whole bunch of people. But like, I'm just naming a few. But if you had to ask me my favorite, it probably is Will Wood. And I would love to see him perform one day. I'll do like maybe two more. But I'm gonna make them good ones. Oh, I read that completely wrong. Sorry. I read what's the best thing that happened to you this month to what is the best thing that has happened to your mouth? And I was like, nothing. Let's do this. What's your favorite piece of furniture you've ever owned? I'm going to change furniture to item. Anything signed. I have 2 posters signed by Christian. I have that book signed by Susan Egan. I have a poster signed by Hunter's VA. And I have a few things signed by Ray Chase and Robbie. Like, anything signed is literally, like, my kryptonite. I love signed things. It literally makes me so happy to have signed things. I have a personal note from Sparkbird. I bought one of the final lino cuts of their poster, and they put a personalized note at the bottom that I put in there. Literally one of the favorite things I own. You might ask why was it right there. It's because it's moving, so I have it right there, but it's one of my favorite things that I own. Yeah. Just a lot of my Vox stuff, too. I know people don't understand my love of Vox, but he genuinely makes me, like, really happy, so owning things about him makes me, like, really, really happy. I just read what was the silliest fear you had. That's for another video. That's not for now. If you could give yourself a nickname, what nickname would you want people to call you? Do people choose their nicknames? Sparkle Megan. Oh my gosh, if you guys have watched Love is Blind, please tell me somebody here understands me. There's this girl, and there was 2 Megans on Love is Blind in the same season, and it feels like the producers were like, you have to find, like, a niche or something that people can call you so that you're not just the other Megan, or they'll confuse you. So then she was like, my friends call me Sparkle Megan, and she led every conversation like that, but her friends never called her Sparkle Megan. We meet her friends later in the season. They never once call her Sparkle Megan. Where did that come from? Also, Mega Sparkle was right there. Your name's Megan, and you like sparkles, so Mega Sparkle. It's like this writes them. It's like it writes itself, but they just don't take it. Let's just finish off on this so I can be inspirational. If you could give everyone just one piece of advice, what would it be? Just to do things. I feel like I suffer from overthinking things, and this channel was one of the things I overthink. I was like, I'm not good enough to do this. I'm not funny enough to do this, because I'm kind of not. Honestly, I'm not attractive enough to do this, because I understand you don't have to be pretty to do online stuff, but I feel like, especially TikTok, there's such a stigma around having to look a certain way. So when I see myself, I don't see myself as somebody that would be, like, popular on TikTok or YouTube, really, but, you know, I knew there was a lot of things stopping me, especially because this was started as only an art account, and I knew my art skills weren't there, so I kind of told myself I couldn't do this, or at least be serious about it. It had to be a joke. But then when I hit, I think it was like 300 to 500 subs on TikTok, I was like, I got like this rush that I was like, I want to do this. I want to be able to do this. And like, yeah, just I want to be able to do this. I want to put myself out there and to be known. Even if it's like by 100 people or now 1,000 people. If I'm known in some way, isn't that better? Because one of my fears, I'm going to get a little personal here, one of my deepest fears is not being remembered or being isolated. Those are like 2 of my biggest fears, and they play hand to hand. So the fact that I could be seen by so many people kind of like negates that fear. And it's funny too because I have a fear of being perceived, but then I don't want to be forgotten. So it's kind of like, which one is winning out today? But this way, I feel seen, and I want to make others feel seen by doing this. I want others to feel seen and heard by me. So that is my piece of advice, is just to do things. If you think you can't do it, probably can. Maybe I should do a funny one just to break the tension because the timer's almost up. Here, let's just finish with this. Would you like to be famous? If yes, then would you want to be famous? What would you want to be famous for? If no, then why not? I want to be a moderate level of famous. I want to be able to make money, and I want people to, like, kind of know who I am. Nothing more. I want to be able to walk around and maybe one or two people be like, hey, I know you, but no more. No more. If I am ever to the, I don't know who's like super famous at the moment, if I'm ever at Pedro Pascal level where everybody knows my face and everybody's making edits of me and I'm like now the new Josh Hutcherson, I don't want that. I'd be freaked out. I'd be freaked out all the time. I'd be like, I can't go outside. They know me. They know me. If I mess up in public, they're gonna know. So I want to be at like one day, this isn't now, but far in the future, like 200,000 subscribers. That's good. I'd have a plaque, have some credit. People would kind of know my name, but a whole bunch of people wouldn't recognize me. That's like the dream number, just right there. Perfect. And obviously, any more than that would be a blessing, but you know, like, I want to keep expectations really low. I don't even think I'll get to there, and if I do, it's gonna be in 30 years, but you know, that would be like the dream level, just right around there. Perfect sweet spot for me. Okay, we're going to finish up with the questions now, because our cake is about to be done. Here's to 1K and hopefully to maybe 1K more.